with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So it's a very sad day for Australian racing. Horse racing, arguably Australia's greatest horse ever, Black Caviar, died today. And when I say arguably, it's a real fucking loose argument. You've got maybe 2 or 3 horses that can even be considered. You've got Winx, who won 4 Cox Plates. You've got maybe Makybe Diva, who won a Cox Plate and 3 Melbourne Cups. You've got Kingston Town, who won 3 Cox Plates back in the day, but Kingston Town pretty much is out of the conversation since Winx won the 4 Cox Plates. So it's really down to Winx, Black Caviar, and Makybe Diva. And I would put Makybe Diva a little bit behind these two. But fuck, Makybe Diva was good. Anyway, Black Caviar, what a fucking horse. There's something about a champion racehorse that just gets me emotional. For some reason, it just gets me a little bit fucking teary. And it's got nothing to do with all the money I've lost backing against them. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Probably even more than like actual human athletes. I love a champion racehorse. My favorite racehorse of all time, Efficient. Every time I think about Efficient, I get tingles. I have such a connection to Efficient. I won a fair bit of money on Efficient, but I fucking love that horse. I love that horse as much as I love the Sydney Swans. I love that horse fucking as much as any athlete. Just go and watch Efficient in the 2007 Melbourne Cup go from virtually last, circle the field, and fucking come home, and the Boy Owl was on it. The Boy Owl was on it fucking 2 months before that, a year before that. I was on Efficient when it won the Victoria Derby the year before, 2006, as a 3-year-old. And no one had ever done it since Farlap. Actually, Farlap's another one of the horses that could be considered Australia's greatest horse. Actually, that's our most famous horse, but anyone who cares about that horse is pretty much dead now. Anyway, enough about Efficient, but go watch the 2007 Melbourne Cup, Efficient. Brings a tear to my eye every time. Then go watch the Turnbull Stakes, Efficient's Turnbull Stakes. And that also brought a tear to my eye. But fuck, I lost some money on that horse because it was always injured. After the Melbourne Cup and the Turnbull, it was just injured all the time. And it came back a few times and ran some gallant races. But anyway, fucking Black Caviar. Arguably the greatest horse ever, not just Australia, because this horse did fucking absolutely everything. It won 25 out of 25. 15 of those were Group 1 races. It did it all over Australia. It went to England, and I tell you what, I watched every single one of Black Caviar's races today. It only took half an hour because it was a sprinter. She was a sprinter. And the races are like a minute something. And the tingles I was getting. That horse was absolutely fucking incredible. You've never seen anything like it before. If you give a fuck and you care about horse racing, go and watch Black Caviar's 25 wins. And if you do watch it, watch out for the unluckiest horse of all time, Haylist. So Black Caviar's biggest rival was a horse called Haylist. And Black Caviar's a mare, and Haylist was I think he was a gelding. A big fucking dude with no balls. Anyway, there's about 5 races there where fucking Haylist is like 4 lengths ahead of the rest of the field, just absolutely annihilating the rest of the field. And then fucking Black Caviar's 4 lengths in front of him. It's unbelievable. So if Black Caviar wasn't there, you're talking Haylist is one of the greatest sprinters of all time. But He just couldn't get anywhere fucking near Black Caviar. Anyway, fucking Black Caviar for race 22, I think it was, went to Royal Ascot, and I remember it because it was one of the biggest events in fucking Australian racing history. We've got the greatest fucking horse in the world, and it's going to Royal Ascot to run in the Group 1 over there to prove it's the best racehorse in the fucking world. And everyone in Australia stayed up and watched it. It was one of those things, like people were in World Square, there was a big screen. I was absolutely fucking hammered. It was like midnight or something, the race happened. Anyway, I remember it like it was fucking yesterday. The race starts and Black Caviar is just doing her thing, the same as fucking every other race. With about 200, 300 meters to go, fucking Luke Nolan, Black Caviar's jockey, rode her just about every single race, I think, except for like the first two. Fucking, he does his thing, gets Black Caviar into open space. Black Caviar steps on the gas and is just about to do what she normally does and put like 3 or 4 lengths on the fucking field in about fucking 10 seconds. And Luke Nolan, this fucking little cunt, stops riding Black Caviar. You can watch it. Watch Black Caviar Royal Ascot. And with about 100 meters to go, Luke fucking Nolan, for about 6 strides, stops riding her. Stop fucking riding her. And then with like 2 strides to go before the line, just starts riding her again, and she wins in a fucking photo finish by a nose. And I remember watching it at the time, being fucking hammered, going, the fix is in. Fuck Luke Nolan. I'm gonna murder that cunt. Because I was like, all right, he's obviously been fucking paid off by gangsters or something, because there was a famous racing incident in Australia like years ago. My dad used to tell me about it. I don't know how true it is actually, but Kingston Town, Australia's greatest racehorse up until like fucking 10 years ago, had won 3 Cox Plates, was in the Melbourne Cup, Australia's biggest race. And I don't know if it was favourite or not, but it was relatively favourite. Anyway, fucking Kingston Town's jockey, regular jockey, Malcolm Johnston, he rode the King, which is Kingston Town's nickname. You should hear my dad talk about the King, Kingston Town. He used to talk about it like it was a child, like a dear, dear child, an old friend. It used to bring tears to his eyes just talking about Kingston Town, like me and Efficient. Anyway, Malcolm Johnston rides Kingston Town in the Melbourne Cup and basically pulls the horse up. It fucking loses. And not only did Malcolm Johnston never ride Kingston Town again, which I never fact-checked that, he never rode for TJ Smith, Tommy Smith, who was Australia's most successful trainer ever again. Basically, the idea was he got paid to make fucking Kingston Town lose. And that's what looked like was happening with Luke Nolan and Black Caviar at Royal Ascot in England. And I swear to God, if Black Caviar didn't win that race, fucking Luke Nolan would have been fucking lynched. You can see him. He all but pulls the reins on Black Caviar. It's so infuriating. I've watched it 3 times today. Just going, you fucking little maggot. What were you fucking thinking? How much were they paying you? And then he quickly pushes hard. 3 strides to go. Fucking little cunt. I remember I was out for blood. I was hammered and out for fucking blood. Anyway, good times. I saw Black Caviar a few times at Royal Randwick while I was there working, stealing money. But what a fucking horse. Sad to hear she passed away. Shout out to Haylist, you poor fucking old nag. If it wasn't for Black Caviar, you would have been one of the greats, but you just got unlucky. You're the Stuart McGill to fucking Shane Warne. Although things didn't pan out that well for Shane Warne in the end, did they? Anyway, that'll fucking do it for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see ya the fuck later.